Hi, friend. Welcome back to The Authentic Creative. Today's minisode is something a little different and really special. So right after a Reiki-focused breathwork session with my dear friend Rebecca Schlosser, I hit record to capture the magic of what she experienced. Raw, honest, glowing, and full of insight. In this session, we focus more on Reiki than usual. I guided her through intuitive hand-on placements, while she chose a softer, nourishing breath pattern. The theme was all about coming home to the body, freeing the voice, and trusting clear, authentic communication. What unfolded was such a powerful reminder that gentleness can be profound, that the breath is a portal, that our highest self is always waiting to be welcomed in. Rebecca shares beautifully about how the session helped her release worry, soften into presence, and feel her soul take up more space in her body. So if you've ever wondered how Reiki and breathwork can work together, or how to shift from survival into soul, this minisode is a little window into what that looks and feels like. So let's drop in. Hi, Rebecca. You just had a Reiki breathwork session as opposed to a breathwork session infused with Reiki. We really focused on Reiki today, and I talked to you through the hand positions that I was on in the breathwork class. We really focused our theme on dropping into the body, on the authentic self, on freeing our voice, on clarity and trust in communication. So how was that for you?
Okay, so I have a lot to share. Really, absolutely amazing. If you could distill all the different benefits I get from different healing tools into a little bottle, this combination of Reiki and breathwork is so powerful. And for any of my people listening, I just have to share receiving. If we're going to give, we have to also receive. So I'm talking with my soul sister here, who we help each other remember to receive by trading. So there was a point. So it was so magnificent. The first thing I'll say, and I said this during the session, was that, I had told you I wanted to maybe do maybe a more mellow breath pattern. I did the reverse trioctave. The combination of you telling me where you were placing your hands and my choice of breath, which is, it's a 3-part breath, but the inhale to the belly and the chest is through the nose and then it's out the mouth. That was just so supportive. And I played around a little bit with regular trioctave, but that was so supportive. But the big kaboom was, there was this moment where I was starting to kind of imagine the area where I had the pain and just sort of imagining it outside of my body. And then knowing just through the work that I do that it's shadows and stress and all the little stuff that we hold on to contributes to our physical pain. So I've also been, what's come up for me a lot lately has just been my addiction to worrying and to thinking and to being in the past and the future and worrying, what am I going to say? What's this going to happen? Making up things that aren't there. So there was a point in this song, and I was already thinking about this, but then the words in one of your songs said something like leaving your humanness behind or forgetting your humanness. And here's the crux of what I want to get to. And I'm going to quote I don't want to be too wordy here, but this is from this wisdom I'm going to share is from a podcast I was listening to, which is that we have stuff in our body that we call it the ego on a psychic level, but on a scientific or pseudoscientific, there's this guide that calls it mitochondria. It's literally parts of us. It's like parts of us that are in us. It's what gives us the fear, the need for food, the need for belonging, for sex, a lot of the things that sort of come from the ego. And I mean, I will definitely, that podcast is worth listening to, but it actually doesn't want our soul there. It's trying to keep our body alive. So what came up for me during that moment was that when I noticed myself in this fear state, or even lowercase f fear, even just thinking about just little details, or okay, that problem solved, now let me go to that one. I can just remember, okay, this is that little weird stuff inside of me that isn't my soul, but it's trying to keep me alive. And the soul can just kind of drop in and be like, my higher self, okay, I got you. We're going to do this little dance here, but I'm going to come into her body. And then I asked myself, well, what's going to keep her here? And it's the breath. Because every time we're worrying, if I can just take a breath in replacement of the worry, then I can imagine I'm blowing her up inside of me and she's getting to do her thing without this little crap that we worry about kind of getting in the way. So the podcast I heard this is called Why Isn't Everyone Doing This? It's Emily Fletcher's podcast. And the guest was some guy who is like the guru of biohacking. I can't think of his name, David something.
Asprey?
Yes, David Asprey. He was the one that gave this interview. And I mean, he's very interesting guy. There's a lot there, but this one little nugget, I kind of want to go back and listen to it because I was driving at the time. So anyway, going back to the session, it was super powerful. I really felt just that visceral feeling of the Reiki moving and the presence and the opening. And it also allowed me to go, I went really deep. Hello. I'm thinking, deep. I went deep and I went deep with a little bit of a less active breath, which has happened before. The Reiki definitely intensified it. But one of my mentors, Sam Skelly, always says, intensity doesn't equal transformation. Like you can have an intense experience, but transformative. But Reiki is so gentle, and I was able to do a breath that allowed me to not have the breath be so loud that I wasn't paying attention to the Reiki. And so that is my share.
Beautiful.
I feel really great, and I'm really going to try to take this one really, and for anybody, if this is being published, if you're listening to this, then we published it. But for anybody listening, really that one little trick that is when I find myself going, I want to use the I instead of you. When I find myself going to even the little worries, just to notice and not to bash it away with a baseball bat like, oh my God, you're such a warrior. What's wrong with you? But just to understand that that's a little valid part of me that's keeping me alive. It's a part of me. And that my soul gets to drop in with her sparkly, amazing energy. I have a visual of what my higher self looks like. She's like a ferret. She gets to be like, oh, okay. You get to be seen, but you don't get to occupy this whole body.
What's so beautiful is that your intention at the beginning of your session partly was to more clearly speak your truth, speak from your heart, open the throat chakra, and have clear communication and really be dropped into what that communication is. And you're just flowing with the throat chakra fully open, completely inspired, completely dropped in this revelatory space, like so lit up. I love witnessing your process, because so often during your process you're smiling, you're joyful, and it's not to say that it needs to be that way, but I love that you have so much joy infused into your breathwork sessions, the way that you work with yourself. And obviously I'm just here as a witness and safe space and guide, but really we guide ourselves, and as facilitators we're each just holding space for the other person to be in their power. And that's what I see right now, is I see you in your power, and it's such a gift. And that is the gift that I know you want to bring to this world, is to bring women and men. But because we're women and because we love empowering women, we're talking about just seeing women be in their most lit up, most empowered, most open throat chakra. It's safe to communicate and express space. And we started out your session by talking about it doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter why we might feel unsafe in our bodies or unsafe to speak our truth or constricted, because there's a million reasons why we would feel that way, whether it's from a past life or several past lives, whether it's from our conditioning from 0 to 7, whether it's our conditioning from society and other women and the relationships that we're in. But regardless, what breathwork does that we both facilitate and what Reiki does is it gives us permission to our bodies specifically, ourselves specifically, to recognize the safety that's being held and to open up and to receive that sense of safety, that nervous system regulation, that somatic support, so that we can have these realizations and revelations and remember our truth and remember, these moments of, oh yeah, like that mitochondria, that's not my truth. That's just keeping me alive. That's just survival. I love it. So it's so beautiful. It's such a gift to be present with you.
I'm saying,
yeah, it's such a gift. And I was crying during the session too, just to hear and to feel you and to know your process was just so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And we never heal alone. We don't heal in a vacuum. We always are connected intrinsically, inherently to everyone on this planet, but specifically to our soul sisters, our soul mates. So when we heal, we always, either as a facilitator or as a receiver, we're always healing together, transforming together. We both practice nature and Buddhism, sometimes more than other times. And that is also the case with practicing Buddhism, is that we transform, we do our human revolution together. And so not that anyone listening needs to be a Buddhist practitioner by any means, or to even do Reiki or breathwork, but just that we are all connected. No matter what we believe, we're all connected.
We are so connected, and we co-regulate. That's why when someone holds space for us and they're in a regulated space, it helps our system relax. This is just so wonderful. And all the different healing tools, or some of them are like spiritual practices that would be, but they're also healing, but we come to it from a lens of devotion or reverence. They're all also connected, and all of them have had people that practice them that maybe they just do that one thing and they get all the things from it. And it's also okay to say, these are all healing, but just like we have various, I'm kind of going off on a different tangent here, but just like we have various food groups in our diet, or various colors or vegetables, this has been coming up for me, they all get to play, and to be, sometimes one is a little bit more the highlight of our week or our day or our month. And it also, I do believe, the cosmos and where we are in our moon, in the moon cycle, and all that also affects, do we want to tap into our voice? Do we want to receive Reiki? So I just wanted to name that. So yeah. Voice. Thank you so much, dearie. This was so profound and such a beautiful healing experience, and such an amazing way to merge the two modalities of Reiki and breathwork. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And thank you guys for listening to our little post breathwork Reiki sesh. Hope that it gives you some sort of insight, and I'm happy, and I'm sure Rebecca is happy to answer any questions that anyone has about any of this. Bye for now. Thank you for listening, friend. That was such a beautiful post-session reflection with Rebecca, and I am so honored that I got to share it with you. This is what I love most about this work. When we give from the heart, when we share our gifts from a place of joy and genuine service, we can't help but receive from the overflow. There's even science behind it. Our mirror neurons fire when we witness one another in authenticity and healing, and both giving and receiving care boost oxytocin, the hormone of love and connection. So if you're a practitioner or you're someone that's just starting your healing journey, these moments of shared presence have so much power. So if something stirred in you as you listened, I just want you to know that there are 2 spots left in my upcoming 1st and 2nd degree Reiki certification retreat, July 21st to the 23rd in Camas, Washington at my home. This is an intimate heart-led retreat in my home where you'll learn Reiki, receive, practice, expand into sisterhood, and walk away with that certification, that practice. And then I become a walking resource for you as you move forward. And if the in-person thing doesn't align for you in this moment, I am also, as usual, offering transformational breathwork infused with Reiki online so you can receive this work from the safety and the comfort of your home, your safe space. There are single sessions, there are 10-session packages available for deeper support. One client recently told me, quotes, "I've done therapy, somatic work, energy healing, and coaching, and nothing moved the needle quite like this. 10 sessions with Siri completely shifted my nervous system, my creativity, and how I show up in the world." So I am also currently curating a private retreat for a woman who came to my last Goddess of Light retreat. She felt so transformed, she wanted to offer the same experience to her closest friends. And I am loving putting it all together for her. So if you are feeling the nudge that you want to create something transformative and sisterly for your community or co-ed, I am so honored to help you bring it to life. And literally, I do every single aspect, every step for you. From every single decision and logistic making process, I hold your hand through. I curate it. I craft every email. I curate like all of it, every single piece, like a little mini wedding. So you can just feel held and enjoy the process and contribute when you want to and not in ways that you don't want to. So you can find all the details and reach out to me on either my website, sageandblushwellness.com, or you can send me a message through the website or Siri@sageandblushwellness.com, or you can Instagram me at Siri Baruch Thornton. I'm on Facebook, Siri Baruch Thornton, all the ways. They're all there and it's in the show notes. As always, keep expanding your capacity to feel good, one breath at a time. Hey, love, have you been feeling the call to deepen your healing journey? Not just for others, but also really for yourself. This July, I am opening the doors of my home for a very special 1st and 2nd degree Reiki certification retreat, an intimate, heart-led experience designed to awaken your inner healer and attune you to the ancient energy of unconditional life force. We'll gather in the golden light of summer, surrounded by nature, nourishment, and the most beautiful energy you can imagine. Over 3 days, you'll receive your Reiki 1 and 2 attunements, learn hands-on techniques, practice with partners, explore energetic boundaries, and feel deeply supported by community. This is not just a certification, it's about remembering who you are and accessing a well of healing that will ripple through every corner of your life. You'll leave this retreat with tools to clear energy, hold space, and care for yourself and others in a whole new way, plus 2 integration calls, 8 lovingly prepared meals, a welcome gift bag, and the full support of a traditional Reiki lineage passed down with integrity and love. The retreat is happening July 21st to the 23rd in Camas, Washington, and space is very limited. So if your body says yes, or your heart just started fluttering a little, trust that. You can visit sageandblushwellness.com to contact me or email me directly, Siri@sageandblushwellness.com to claim your spot. Let's begin this next chapter together with hands open, hearts steady, and energy flowing. Another opportunity for you is in Brentwood, California this August. Hosted by the amazing Rachel Blomberg at her beautiful PlateFit studio, I'd love to have you at our 1st degree Reiki certification on August 8th and 9th. 2 days of intuitive activation, nervous system support, and deep energetic grounding. On August 10th, I'll guide a transformational breathwork session to help you move stuck energy and reconnect with your truth. We'll also return to the same space in early October for 2nd degree Reiki. If your heart's saying yes, email me, Siri@sageandblushwellness.com to save your spot. I can't wait to be with you in that healing space. There is a place for you here. Until next time, keep breathing, keep listening, keep feeling, Your healing is a gift. It is a superpower. And you are already enough. Loving you.